Yeah, sort of made a difference. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm just checking to see if this is working. I will be right with you. Excellent. Okay. The fun of technology. Got to make sure it's all working. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm just going to take a moment to breathe with you guys. It's a beautiful day here in Sedona, although I have had to transmute a few chemtrails this morning. Lots of activity in the skies, so I'm gonna send our skies some love. Okay, so I promised you guys the behind the scenes look at how we plan our retreats, or well, not how we plan, sort of what unfolds maybe before the retreat. And if you guys have any questions about the retreat, feel free to ask them in the comments below. And if I don't see your comment as I'm talking here, I'll go back through later and definitely address your questions. All right. Thanks for being with me. Demetrius, Jamie, Terry, love you guys. So what happens, I'll kind of take you back to the beginning. When my guidance asks me to put on a retreat, and I agree and say yes, the energy starts. Thank you, Frank. What that means is whatever the theme or the topic is, I have to become completely in integrity with that theme. So for example, the one in May is Find Your Freedom. So what that means for me personally is anywhere there is not freedom in my life, that has to come to the surface so that I can facilitate the retreat with integrity. This is the part that's perhaps not so fun. You know, the 2.5, 3 days that we're together during the retreat, it's, you know, glorious and amazing, and the energies are really high and intense and beautiful. And the part that is not as fun is the preparation that goes into it. And so the reason I put in the description of this video that this is important for lightworker practitioners and spiritual teachers and leaders and such is because this is something that as leaders we all need to be practicing. So if you fall into that category, or even if you are a lightworker who just wants to live in integrity, this is really important for you. So one of the things that happened is, since I put out there that I was going to do this retreat and the theme is Find Your Freedom, like I said, all these little things started coming up. And one of them was, in me shining my light, people have been getting triggered. I'm just, you know, being me, going about my business. And what happens when those people get triggered is sometimes I get triggered too. Partly because I'm a deeply sensitive feeler and empath, and partly because there is something in me that is of density that I need to address and look at. And so that's what I've been doing since I announced the May retreat, is looking at doing my inner work, looking at my shadow, looking at anything that needs to be addressed. So what came up yesterday was another person accusing me of something I didn't do. And the space that I went into with that was, what's going on here? Because I didn't do it, but I felt like I did something wrong. Even though I didn't do anything, I felt like I did something wrong. And this has come up for me over and over and over. And I feel like I haven't been able to get to the core of it until yesterday. So this is where it gets a little fun, because we go out into our expanded understanding of life, and it wasn't an issue that occurred in this lifetime. It wasn't even an issue that occurred for me as a human being. I connected with an aspect of myself, parallel life, past life, however you want to look at it. This sweet little being, not male, not female, child, small child, translates to about 8 years of age in our, Earth years. And I'm going to show you a picture of this being in a second. I kind of did a channel drawing because they wanted to be seen in their true light. So what happened was this being was called to go into some darkness. This being, again, a small child, royalty, called to go into darkness to share the light, to shine, just to shine. Like that was the mission, just to shine. Small child, alone on this mission. So I'm just kind of setting the stage here so you understand. Very, vulnerable, sweet being going into some darkness to share the light. And what happened was this being was not received, was tortured. It's hard to talk about, you guys. It's really, really tender. Anyway, this being's name is Ashtel. That's like the closest translation I can get to the English language. They don't really refer to each other with names. They have hand motions and sound that they use to recognize each other. So this is what the being looks like. Okay. So you can see the being is royalty. A lot of light just, radiating off the face. And you can see the eyes, like just how much love and light is pouring from those eyes. Just every time I look at this picture, just, so sweet. So my inner work with this is actually treating this being like my inner child. And it feels, in fact, like an aspect of my inner child. And holding him, her. How do you refer to a being that's not a male or female? I don't know. Maybe some of my alternative lifestyle people can and tell me how to address that. I don't know. Anyway, my inner work now is to allow this being to shine, to let this being know that it's okay, it's safe now to shine. And by the way, I love the synchronicity of this. My friend Liz Green has this group for women that is going on right now where it's kind of like a shine challenge, to shine your light, to share your brilliance, to share your radiance. And it's like perfect timing that she is running this little shine challenge while this is coming up for me. So I have so much support, so much love and support. Thank you. So I'm just treating this being kind of like my inner child, letting it know that it's safe to shine, it's free to shine, it can be in its freedom and its radiance. So this is one example of what happens when you say yes and step up into leadership, if you want to be in integrity with your leadership. This is one example. Last time we led the retreat, this house, she was preparing herself. Like strange things happened in the house, and I could feel the energy of her orienting herself to hold a safe, sacred container for what was going to be happening at the retreat. And a lot of people commented when they came into the home how sweet the energy was, how safe they felt, how beautiful and peaceful the energy is here. And Max and I do that very purposefully with the way we choose to live our lives. And you guys who attend the retreat get the benefit of that. So there are a few spaces left, by the way. If anyone wants to register, you can go to creationtemple.com/retreat. Some of the other things that happen, visitations. A lot of curiosity about what's going on here, the work that Max and I are doing, the work that happens at the retreat. And so we get a lot of energies wanting to be a part of it. And what I do for the retreat specifically is I open the portal for the highest aligned beings, light beings who wish to be a part of the retreat to come in. And then when the retreat is over, I close that portal. Otherwise, it would be a constant bombardment. It would be hard for me to be in my human existence and experience with that constant energy coming in. I'm getting better. You know, the more I am on this journey and expanding myself, the more that energy I can allow in and embody and all of that. But it's okay to set boundaries, you guys, even with the light round. And for those of you who are leading retreats, or even if you have client sessions or something like that in your office, your home, whatever, it's okay, like, you know, at the beginning of the session, open the portal, at the end, close it up again. It's okay to set those boundaries. Do you guys have any questions? Do you have any questions about the retreat? Do you have any questions about the experience I've been sharing? Anything at all that you want to ask? We do have several spaces left. Like I said, if you're feeling called to be here, definitely go to creationtemple.com and register. And if you're feeling the call, but you're not quite sure if this is for you, you can spend a few minutes with me on Skype. We'll do some laser coaching to get you clear to see if this is for you or not. And there's no cost for that. That's just like me wanting you to be clear. And there's no obligation. Like if you do get on Skype with me, there's no obligation to actually sign up for the retreat. Their purpose is for you to get clear if this is for you or not. I'm just going to scroll down here, see if I see any questions. No questions so far. Okay. I just want to speak a little bit to what's going on right now and how to be with these energies and how to prepare yourself for what's coming. As I've just shared with you the inner work that I've been doing, some of it. There's lots more that I didn't share, trust me. Lots has come up in the past couple of weeks, couple months. The energies are not going to be slowing down. They're not going to be getting any easier unless you have done the work to clear the density out of your being and free up that space for you to embody the energies. So most of the energies that are coming to our planet right now are loving energies. As always, when there is so much light pouring in, sometimes other entities and energies want to come with it. And so we do need to be discerning about what we're receiving and embodying, always discerning. But the deal is that those energies are not going to be slowing down. They're going to continue to amp up, amplify, get more expanded on this planet. And so what you need to be doing now is any shadow work that you have not yet completed. And this comes up in levels and layers. You're not meant to do everything all at once. That would be way overwhelming. And if you haven't been doing this work, it could take you out literally. So you want to be gentle with yourselves as you go through this process. Find someone who can support you through this. Find a soul family, reach out for support. You know, I'm here in the Creation Temple. We meet every week, the Master Creators and I. So for those of you who are willing to actually really do the work and invest in yourself to do it, the Creation Temple is available for you. It is so important to have support right now. It's important to make this a priority. Anything that you have tried to sweep under the rug before is now coming up to the surface for you to heal and for you to find your wholeness within that. So I cannot stress enough how important the shadow work is, the inner work that I've been referencing. To look at yourself, to integrate every part of yourself. So the light aspects and the shadow aspects. I shared with you one of my light aspects, right? I am now integrating this being, allowing myself to shine even brighter, regardless of how people feel about it or what people think. That is what I need to do. That's what I'm here on the planet to do. So I'm going to do my mission, and no one or nothing is going to stop me. That's kind of always been my motto, but it just keeps getting more and more expanded. So that's what I'm inviting each of you to do. Whatever your mission is, however you're choosing to shine, however you're choosing to step up, whatever inner work you're choosing to do, know that you are loved, you are cherished, you are so supported in that. And if you want to be part of some of the things I have going on, the retreat, the creation temple, you know, I put all of these things out there to support you guys. And specifically, those of you who are willing to do the actual work. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Sometimes this is not fun, you know, glamorous work to do on ourselves, but this is what's required now. So for those of you who want that, the retreat is there for you May 19th through the 21st. You can go to creationtemple.com/retreat and register for that. And the Creation Temple also is available for you. Lots of love, you guys. I will see you in the next video. Shine on. Mwah.